Jim Leonhard, it will not be staying on the Wisconsin coaching staff past their bowl game, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Now, this frees up a lot of possibility for Big Ten teams, teams outside the Big Ten, because Jim Leonhard is one of the best defensive coordinators in the entire country. Jim Leonhard can go anywhere he wants, right? A couple of years ago, he was rumored to be the defensive coordinator, possibly the defensive coordinator with the Green Bay freaking Packers. Like what he's been able to do at Wisconsin and been able to churn out this good defensive talent and really good defenses. At some point last season, they were the top defense in the entire country. Like, it's crazy just how good of a defense that Jim Leonhard has been able to put together in Madison, Wisconsin. So when you kind of take a look at Jim Leonhard and you look at Luke Fickell, they don't really match up. They don't really mesh well together. Okay, because Fickell's I think he's going to kind of run a 3-3-5 type of scheme. Jim Leonhard doesn't really match up. Luke Fickell's kind of more of a defensive guy. It's just not there right now. I just don't think their philosophies, their schemes really match up that well right now. So I think that obviously was probably a big point as to why Jim Leonhard is not coming back on Luke Fickell's staff. Another reason he's not coming back, probably because he has some self-respect. Right, I think there was a lot of support for him. There was a lot of players. There was a lot of alumni. There was a lot of people outside the program. There was a lot of support for Jim Leonhard to be the permanent head coach of Wisconsin. And then when that didn't happen, you could sense a little bit of his frustration, when in some of these press conferences, well, I didn't hear that, that kind of thing. I think Jim Leonhard wants to be able to prove. I think he thinks that he has earned the right to be the head coach. Maybe not at Wisconsin, but maybe somewhere else as well. So I think Jim Leonhard is in that category right now. Now, Wisconsin, I think, is going to be just fine. They're going in a really different direction. They just hired the offensive coordinator at North Carolina. Okay, North Carolina is not a very similar offense to what Wisconsin has ran in the past. I'll tell you that much. Like, that's the deal with the Wisconsin Badgers. So Luke Fickell is taking this program and turning them into something different. And Jim Leonhard probably didn't see eye to eye on that. So now, where can Jim Leonhard kind of transition to? I think that's the big question. Purdue, why can, and that job just opened. Maybe by the time people see this video as well, it might not be, that job might not be open, or who knows, he might have that job already. But, you look at Purdue, get a good chance to kind of get back at your Wisconsin guys pretty soon playing in the same division. You've got that. I look at him at defensive coordinator jobs. Nebraska has an opening. I could see that. I could see USC needs some help, definitely on defense as well. So, there's a lot of possibilities. He can go anywhere he wants, and I think maybe what Jim Leonhard realizes, it's time to divorce from Wisconsin. I think kind of like the Graham Mertz situation, both parties are for the better for maybe not being together right now. It's time to graduate. It's time to move on. Jim Leonhard is going to be a highly sought-after guy on the market right now. I want to know what you guys think about this. Where do you think Jim Leonhard is going to end up? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, because Leonhard is one of the very best in the country when it comes to defense.